statement. Given an integer array nums and integer val, remove all occurrence of val in nums in place. The relative order of the elements may be changed. Return k after placing the final result in the first k slot of nums. Let's go through an example. So in this example, this is the array that we have, and the value that we are looking for is 3. So we are going to find all the 3s and move them to the end of the array, and we are going to return the first k element of the array that are not included the value 3 that we are looking for, which is going to be 2 first element, and we are going to return 2. In the second example, the value that we are looking for is 3, so we are going to find all the 3 number 2s that we have and move them to the end of the array, and 5 is going to be answered because the first 5 elements of the array are not included the value 2. So let's go through an example to write the code. I'm going to use this for the example and see how we can write our code. So for writing our code here, we are going to use 2 pointers, one j pointer, which is going to point at the end of the array, and we are going to have an I pointer, which is going to point at the end of the array as well, and it will iterate over the array. Right, nums -1. So as we are going all the way from the end of the array to the beginning of the array. Now, after having the j pointer pointing at the end of the array and also I pointer pointing at the end of the array, what we are going to do, we are going to have an if condition here and check the value that we have at index I and see if it is equal to val. And if it is equal to val, what we are going to do, we are going to swap the values that we have at index j with the value that we have at index I. And then we are going to move j one step to the left. And finally, we are going to return the length of the, we need the first k element, right? From the beginning all the way to j plus 1. So let's see how it works. Let's see if our code is going to work for this example. So we start from the end of the array. I is pointing at 3, j is pointing at 3, and the value that we have here is equal to the value that we are looking for, which is 3. So we are going to swap them, but because they are both pointing at the same element, it's not going to happen. Anything is not going to happen. So we are going to move j one step to the left, and then we are going to move I one step to the left. And then we check if the value that we have here is 2 is equal to val. It is not equal to val, so we are going to move j one step to the left. But then we check if the value that we have at index I is equal to val, and it's not. Then we are going to move this one step to the left again. And then we check this, we see it's equal to 3. So we need to swap the value that we have at index j with the value that we have at index y. So now we are going to put 2 here and 3 here. And we are going to move this one step to the left. But as we are at the end of the array, so we're done with this. What we're going to do, we need to return a number, the number of first elements of the array that are not included value at value 3 that we have here. So we start from the first of the array, and then from to j plus 1 because it's exclusive. And the time complexity for this is going to be linear because we have to iterate over the array once, and the space complexity is constant as we are not using any extra space. I just run the code and see if, let me remove this, let me run the code and see if it works. And as you see, it works perfectly. Thank you.